Important announcement before I get this Injustice 2 review done. I have something very crucial that could affect this channel indefinitely and also result in it being taken down, coming on Monday. And you may not be seeing me for a very, very long time. So I'm not too impressed with what's happening, but apparently I may have to show up to a court hearing. I'm not too impressed about it. But anyways, now that I got that out of the way, let's do our review of Injustice 2. As we all know, it is a fighter that takes place in the DC universe. They have their comic book counterparts that go and take part on in the series. I've already played the story mode twice in its entirety. I've seen all the cutscenes. I've grinded, I've got lots of gear, I've got like 80 pieces of epic gear now. Yay me. But anyways, my review of it, it's got a lot easier combo system than it did in the first. The fact that you have to play story mode twice to see everything and get everything actually adds a lot of replayability. Now, the part that people complain about microtransactions, this is only for cosmetics and for leveling up your character. It doesn't actually affect anything else other than that. Ranked play, your character is automatically brought up to the same level. So technically, you're fighting with the stats you already have for the level gear that your character is right now, but they bump you up to level 20, so it's not like you're a level 1 fighting a level 20 like you would in the multiverse mode. That's a good thing. It pretty much does that with all modes except for multiverse modes like the Guild and a few others. And also there is the AI simulation one that does the same thing. But anyways, now that I've said that stuff, get the meat and the potatoes out of the way. There's a lot of grinding in the game. If you've ever played an RPG, you know what a grind can really, really be like in an RPG game. Sometimes it's worth it. Other times, you feel like you just wasted your time. Now, the nice thing about this is it actually kind of feels like you had something accomplished when you get all these pieces of gear. There's a bunch of different currencies you can earn, but mainly the microtransactions are purely there, but they're not purely in soul of making it a pay-to-win game like A, B, Reloaded, that sort of deal, which is a good thing. I rate the game a 9.5. There's certain parts that I can't understand, but that comes with anything. There's a few parts with the control stick, you can be using it and then your character, rather than jumping forward, he just jumps up. There's other times where you want to walk forward, but your character jumps forward rather than doing the move that you want him to do. Stuff like that. There's not too many bugs that are in it day one. There's a couple of funny ones. There's a couple of ones that are like, what the hell? And so on and so forth. So like any game. Things people are really picking at are like the DLC. The fact that they announced 3 of them already are. We got a CGI image and then everybody loses it and goes, they shouldn't be working on that. How do they know the game's going to be good? How do they know this, that, and the next thing? And they're saying it's an unfinished game. The game is perfect the way it is. It is finished. It goes in line with the comic books. And if you've read the comic books, we all know Sub-Zero doesn't exist in that universe. Starfire is dead. She got killed with Beast Boy, or supposedly MIA. Not 100% sure what happened to that one, but Cyborg has a quote in the game, and this is a spoiler, so go ahead a couple of seconds if you don't want to hear it. But he does say, "They killed my friends." Now, that is something that had been said, so we know it was Starfire and Beast Boy, because Raven's already been accounted for what she's doing through the comic books and that sort of stuff. But they said more guest characters to come, so I'm expecting that. But overall, the game's a 9.5. It's really well done. There's certain parts where you're like, yeah, that's great, giving me stuff for a character I never use. Well, that's to do with any RPG element game. But anyways, I'll see you guys all in the next video, hopefully next week. God help us all.